Hi, it's Kathy from Raven Vintage. I have been working on a new kit. It's beautiful fabrics from the 17 and 1800s, and I just can't get the saturation right, and I'm getting frustrated, and I just thought I'm going to set this aside, and I'm just going to do some crafting, and already I feel better because that's going to be fun. I'm just nothing in particular, just going to wing it a little bit just to keep my hands busy and get my mind off that. And I thought, well, I was about to also do some research. I could do some research or I could craft. So I thought, well, you know what? Here's an idea. The research I want to do, I want to ask you. You're the one I want to talk to. So why don't I ask you if you want to craft with me and have a chat so I can talk to you about that research, and then we can just hang out and craft. So it's not a tutorial, just grab whatever you're working on. What I'd like to talk to you about is subscriptions. I've been offered, I'm at a level at YouTube where they're offering me to offer you subscriptions. So I'm like, I don't know about that. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to see what you have to say first. So if you would give me your feedback in the comments, we'll chat about that. I've had a really bad experience, which I'm going to explain in the video later with subscriptions. So, but I thought, you know what, they're out there and maybe there's something that is missing that no one's offering and that you would like to see. So I would love to hear from you. And of course, I'm not going to offer paid subscriptions for craft like tutorials because that's out there for free. So of course not. It would be something different. So let's talk about subscriptions. I have a list of ideas. I'm going to share those with you, and then I would love to hear from you on what you think I'm missing, or if it's worthwhile, different tier levels, all the things. So grab your project, whatever you're working on, and let's hang out and chat. So I'm just grabbing my little book of ideas here, and I'm finding this very therapeutic. So it doesn't have to be anything in particular. I can just use it for demonstrations like I do in my videos, my reels, and my YouTube videos, but also it's a place for me to just craft a little. And I just, you know, when we come into our craft room and we just want to do something, but I'm not working on any particular journal at the moment. I've been working on some digital kits instead. So I thought, well, you know what, I will just maybe see if you wanted to craft with me. Do whatever you're working on. You just go ahead, and I'm just going to, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I'm just going to lay some paper down. And like I said, I just wanted to do something winter themed because I've got to chill. And I just am feeling like getting cozy and maybe I don't want to have any more coffee this time of night, but I certainly wouldn't mind just, maybe I'll just have some bone broth or something and watch a movie tonight. I don't know. But so what I wanted to talk to you about, if I could bend your ear, is subscriptions. So YouTube has offered me to offer you subscriptions on my YouTube channel. So I started researching that to see what kind of perks I could offer you, what kind of value I could offer you, and most importantly, how can I use subscriptions, if that's the way I go, to help build a more intimate community with you. That's really my goal here. Is I am making my hobby my passion, and it's now, I'm retired, and it is replacing it's partly for income. And I know there's folks out there that also want to perhaps make a little side money with their craft. So I thought, you know, that might be an option for a subscription. I mean, I'm not an expert or a pro, but I'm certainly happy to share with you what I do and how I got to where I am, and how I'm continuing to grow my business, if you want to call it that, hobby, hustle, whatever you want to call it. I'd be happy to share that with someone, but I know there's value to that, and the the junk journal tutorials are free. I mean, everybody does them, right? I know there's the odd course out there, but for the most part, that's one of the most wonderful things about this community is there's a lot of valuable information on YouTube for free on how to make junk journals, other papercraft related to junk journals. There's a lot of free information out there, and that's wonderful. You don't always get that. So I know there are a few courses, and actually someday I'd like to take a course just to see what exactly someone is offering that we can't get on YouTube. Like what else are you going to show us that we don't already know? But so I don't think I'd like to do master classes or tutorials or anything on actually making junk journals. I think I'd like to keep that in the free community. But the designing of printables and perhaps how I go about selling on Etsy, just all the different branches, different ways of making income through junk journaling. So I thought I would, most definitely that's one idea. But I'll tell you a few of the other ideas. I had them listed here. One second. For membership. So I could do different tiers. Like a basic tier, and then a mid-level tier, and then a top tier for different levels of support and different levels of benefits. So people are really wonderful, and some folks just truly want to support you. So it's really quite wonderful, really wonderful when someone says, how can I support you? It's like, oh, well, thanks for being here for one. But I think that's just amazing that people just actually want to help and support you in some way. So I'm doing one of these floating pockets, but I'm doing it this direction instead of the tall one. Yes, that fits on my, still fits. And I just want to fold this up. So, okay, so back to the ideas. So, of course, I'm going to list them. And what I would really love to hear from you after I'm done telling you my ideas, what would you like out of a subscription? What's something you wish that isn't offered out there now, or is offered out there that you might like from my channel? Yes. So one thing I would offer is exclusive digitals that are not available on my Etsy shop, but would be available to my members. And maybe some behind the scenes content. Hoo-ha, I'm not sure. So I guess some people would be interested in that. Maybe, maybe not. Early access to releases, whether that's a tutorial or a printable, either or. Maybe some monthly live crafting sessions that you could join me, and then you could ask me questions and I could answer those questions as we go along. And that would also give us an opportunity to get to know each other a little better, a little more, I don't want to say intimately, but more personally, get to know each other a little bit. Because it does feel like I have made some friends through the junk journal community, and it's wonderful. And I know that it's nice to spend time with people, like-minded people. So why not, right? So I think doing live crafting sessions would be one way to get to know you and for you to get to know me. And then, of course, another thing would be discount codes. Discount codes are always great. I mean, I always offer that one big discount code. When you buy 6 items in my Etsy shop, you get 60% off. 6 or more, you get 60% off. It's the best deal I have. But I could offer some exclusive perks. I I don't want to give that away, but at this point, but that would be one thing I could offer as part of a membership. Another thing would be maybe some, like at the top tier, maybe joining like once a month we get together on, say, Zoom or something, and that would be more about learning the business side of things. Maybe I think that would be kind of fun. I really do, doing some Zoom classes. And I guess so that is kind of like a master class, but that wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't be about making stuff. It would be more about the business side of things. And behind the scenes of how I operate myself here. And then another idea is member only challenges. That would be fun. That would be really fun. And also, it would be kind of neat if we had member only challenges, like we kind of did our own thing, and then we could share our creations, and then I would be happy to, if you're willing, you don't have to, but I would be happy to promote what you made through my Instagram or YouTube, to share your ideas or share what you made. I don't know. There's lots of ideas with that part with the member only challenges. And then some downloads I could offer you, some templates or tools that aren't necessarily a printable kit, but some templates, for example, for, let me think for a second. I know one. So a template, for example, on how I made, see, all of these things came from one sheet. How I used an entire 8.5 by 11 to get this pocket, this journal card, this envelope, this bookmark, this tag, and this belly band. Like the template I used to use the entire 8.5 by 11 sheet. Something like that. I could do templates. Those would be like the download ideas I was referring to. And then that's one idea for downloads. Guides, maybe some other free things that aren't offered, like maybe some fussy cuts or some vintage photos or some other sort of printable that you could have that's exclusive to you. I don't know. I know I tried doing what's it called? Patreon. And Patreon, for some reason, I'm in Canada, and Patreon doesn't pay you directly. You have to set up with a payment company. Well, this payment company, whatever they were called, I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but they could not link to my Canadian bank account. And I just thought, well, I'm not about to go change all my banking to, anyways, it was just so frustrating. I could not get paid. So I refunded everything, all the people that had supported me. I ended up refunding them because I thought, why should Patreon hang on to that money? And I wasn't getting it, so why should Patreon have it? So I gave it back to everybody. I gave everyone their money back. So thanks for supporting me. But anyway, I never saw a dime. They never could pay me. So I quit that, and I put a lot of work into that. So I was very, very, very disappointed. So I don't know if I'm going to try that again one day, or if I'm just going to do something different. So another idea, of course, I'm bouncing two things that I will be doing in 2025 that are on my work plan for 2025. Sorry about the noise. Let me just cut this first, and then I'll tell you. Okay. So 2025, I will be starting a mailing list, and through that will be a monthly downloadable, a freebie. It'll be just a one sheet though, and announcements, and that would be the community spotlight, where I would showcase my members. Because if you are a member of my anything, if I do the subscription thing, you will automatically be a member of the mailing list as well. I suppose you could refuse that if you didn't want to. That's fine too. Not everyone uses email. I get it. And the other thing I am going to do eventually, I don't know if it's going to be first quarter, second quarter, third, won't be fourth because it's just too busy, but is a website. I'm looking at, I'm trying to decide which platform is the best, and to integrate selling physical products as well as my digitals, my printables, and lots of different things there. Now, you know, in 2025, those are two of my goals. I have more, but two of them are a website and a mailing list. Mailing list will come first, and then we'll get to the website thing later. I'm gonna grab, this is my little it's an Epicure shaker bottle. It's I made when I cleaned up all my ribbon, I made a scrap jar, and it's full, so I might have to rethink how I want to do my scraps, but that kind of looks like snow, so let's use that a little bit. So perhaps you already belong to other subscriptions, and I'm not trying to pull you away by any means, but I would love to hear what you enjoy about any subscriptions that you belong to in the junk journal community, or any other crafting. I guess it doesn't even really matter. What perks do you appreciate from your subscription? Where do you see value in your membership? Which do you have more than one subscription? Like, we all have subscriptions to things like, well, I shouldn't say we all. The ones I do pay are, like I said, through my hobby business. And do I get good bang for my buck? Absolutely. Or absolutely. Those things that I use all the time, every day. And I have been able to, I recently retired, and I'm able to spend more time doing what I love, which is this, and designing the printables, and of course thrifting. It's just a pastime, but it does, I thrift for supplies. Anyways, back to the subscription thing. If you wouldn't mind sharing with me what subscriptions, or what would you like to see out of a subscription service if I end up doing that, what would you consider to be a good value, or what is something that's you wish was offered out there in the junk journal community but it's not, like that you currently wish you could see but you just haven't been able to find it? Let me know. Maybe I can do something. Of course, there's all kinds of ideas for products, and I have like big plans down the road. I would like to do I would like to have my own collection of hardcover journals available. I would like to have my own washi tape line. There's a bunch of things I'd like to do. So I have a big list. I have a really big list. Really big list of things I want to do. But for right now, here I am learning how to do YouTube. I need to improve my equipment, obviously. Look at my lighting. I need to learn how to do a few more fun things, just so that this is a good experience for everyone. Some people are really creative with their video editing and such. So, oh, you know, it would be kind of neat if I did the double, but it's too late. I didn't do anything across the middle, but Not to say that I couldn't. Yeah, let's, you know what? Let me try that. Let me see if I can put a glue line down the center here so that I can, yeah, let's try that. I'm just going to reach in as far as I can and try to keep this as straight as possible. Is it going to go all the way to the other side? No. But it's going to go right here. Let's try that. So that I can have 2 tags. Yeah, let's do that. I was pretty excited about my Patreon. One thing I was going to offer was, one of my tiers was printables. For those that don't have access to a printer, I had some people express to me that they would love to be able to purchase printed kits, already printed for them, on the paper, you know, and then the cardstock for the ephemera, that sort of thing, and have that mailed to them. So that was one subscription level on my Patreon that I was going to offer. That seemed to be something I do get asked from time to time. That is something, that is a request I receive. I had different packs for, I just had started sending out ephemera packs, vintage goodies, vintage photos, and other ephemera. I had just started, and like I said, I ended up having to stop that because I couldn't get paid. I wasn't getting paid. There we go. Of course, another thing I would love to do is retreats. There's one place I was going to do a retreat with a friend of mine where I was going to do the junk journal classes, and she was going to do some, she's an aromatherapist. We were going to do some things, and then life happened and we had to cancel. And anyways, that place that we had booked, the retreat, it's mostly quilters that go to this place. It's a old farmhouse that's been renovated, and it has an amazing craft room. But anyways, they just sent out an email about bookings, because I'm on their email list, and they are booked solid for 2025 and 2026, and people are already bugging them to book ahead for 2027. So that was actually the reason they sent this last email, was to announce that they were closing the booking calendar for any, because it's just overwhelming how far ahead it is. So they won't open up 2027 bookings until January 2026. Isn't that crazy? That's how busy they are. That's phenomenal. I'm happy for them. That's wonderful. It's such a beautiful place. This is just, corner feels a little naked. Subscriptions. I would really love your input and your feedback. Or maybe you don't like subscriptions at all. That's also input. And like I said, any subscription I offer is not going to be including what you already can get for free in this community. Why would I do that? Why would I make you pay for something you can get free? That's silly. So obviously it would be different things. And like I said, I'll list them on the screen, and maybe even in the description below, some of my ideas, maybe just on the screen. And then I'm going to take your feedback, and I'm going to make notes. Thanks for crafting with me. Talk about those subscriptions ideas in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.